Welcome to AppV5 Beta 2 tutorial for Windows Server 2012. I have one Windows Active Directory services, one server running Microsoft SQL Server 2012, one server running AppV5 Beta 2, and one client running Windows 8, and the port is 80, 81 and 82. So this is the Active Directory server. I created one OU which is called Application Virtualization Security Groups. In that OU contains 3 groups. I only use one group at this time, which is the AppV admins, and the member is the administrator. And let's go to the SQL server. This is Windows Server 2012 server, and has SQL 2012 server. I have the AppV server installation here on my desktop, and which is the Beta 2, and I'm going to install that. I click on install, accept the license terms, click on next, select the management server DB and reporting server DB. That's because this server here is the SQL server, and it will contain the databases for the management server and reporting server. Now, the installation location, just leave that as default. The server instance, just use that as default, and use the default configuration as default also. This is for the management server database. Now we have to set the remote computer, which is the AppV server. This is the domain, and this is the server, AppV SRV01. The administrator, which is the user that has rights to create the database on the SQL. So I set the domain and the user. Click on next. Now for the reporting database, it's just the same. Use the default instance and use the default configuration. This is the name of the database that will be created. Click on next. Same here. The domain and the computer account. AppV SRV01, which is the AppV server. The user that has SQL rights. Click on next. Missing the B here. AppV SRV01. Click on next, install, and that should just finish in a few moments. The AppV server setup has completed successfully. Click on close. Now I have the management studio here. You can just click on connect to check if the database has been created. Okay, the AppV management and the AppV reporting, and we can see in the security here that in the users that the computer account has been added. You can use a group here also and add the computers or the app service to that group. But in this case I'm just going to use the default setup. Now to the app server, there are a few requirements that you need to do before you install the app server. One is adding the IIS and with a specific setup and some features. Let's start by going to the server manager and add the roles. Click on next. That's role-based, feature-based installation. This is the server that we're going to use, and we're going to select the Windows Server IIS. The features, click on the .NET Framework feature. I'm going to install the .NET client here, and next. Click on next. Now the roles for the web server is basically like that. You have to have the default document in the common HTTP features and static content. Default here, default here. You have to have the Windows authentication. You should not click on the basic authentication. Now for the application development, we click on ASP, add the features that are required for ASP. ASP.NET 3.5, add features, and also the 4.5, add features. Leave the rest as default. Click on next. If you have this warning message here, it's basically saying that the setup does not have the required files to complete the installation. If the computer has internet access, it will get the files from the Microsoft website. I would like to restart the server when it's finished. If you have some alternative source, you can specify the alternative source, but I'm not going to do that, so just going to click on install, starting the installation, and I can click on close when it's started installing. Okay, just click on close here. In the meantime, we're going to the Windows 8 machine, which will include the client here. We need to install the .NET Framework, which we can do from the add remove programs, and from there you can go to turn Windows features on or off. Okay, select the .NET Framework 3.5, and I'm going to install also the .NET client. Click on OK, and it will install the files that are required. So here is the feature if the Windows cannot find the files on the client itself or from the DVD. You can download the files from Windows Update. So the installation has finished for the .NET Framework. Just click on close, And now I can install the AppV client on the Windows 8 machine. Click on install, accept the license terms, click on next, use Windows Update, click on next and install, and it will take a few moments to finish install. Okay, the installation has finished. Just click on close. And I will go back to the AppV server and check how it's going here. Okay, the feature installation succeeded. There is one more requirement that you need to do to install is the Microsoft Visual C++ 2010 x64, which you can download from the Microsoft website. Just click on Run, accept the license terms, yes, send information about my setup experiences to Microsoft Corporation, and click on install, and it will finish install just a few seconds. Now you have to, before you install the AppV server, you have to know what ports you're going to use. If you're going to use port 80, then you need to change the default website that's installed by default. So let's go to the, let me see here, to the IIS management, and from there you can change the port for the default website to something else, such as port 85. Okay. Now we can install the AppV server. We'll just right click and run as administrator. Install, accept the license terms, click on management server, publishing server and reporting server. I'm going to use the port 80 for the management server, 81 for the publishing server and 82 for the reporting server. Click on next, choose the default installation location, use the SQL server, the remote SQL server, which is the SQL srv01.appvet.local. Use the default instance, and the server database name is the AppV management. Click on next. For the reporting database, just same here, SQL srv01 appvet.local. Use the default instance, and the SQL server database name is just default here. Click on next. Now we need to set the Active Directory group that will have access to the management database, and that will be the AppV admins. That's the group that has the administrator is member of. The management server website configuration, that's the port. Just type in the port name here. I'm going to use the 80. Now for the publishing server, we type in the server name, appv srv01 .appvid.local, and the port, which is the port of the management server, which is the 80. Now the publishing server port will be 81. Click on next, and for the reporting service is the 82. Click on next and install. This will take just a few moments. Okay, it has finished installing the V. Now for the client to connect to the appv server, we need to open the ports in Firewall. So we'll just go to the Firewall on the server. Inbound rules, new rule, port, click on next, TCP. That's the port 80 is already here, so just type in 81 and 82. Port 80 comes with the IIS, so it's opened by default. Click on next, allow the connection, click on next, and default here, click on next. appv 50 beta 2 TCP in description allows clients to access publishing server and the reporting service. Finish, and it's enabled. And then we can go to the management console, and of course we need to install Silverlight, but before we do that I will need to disable the the IE enhanced security. Just go to the local server. Here we can see the IE enhanced security configuration. It's on. Just going to click on off here. And OK. We need to close this Explorer here, so we can install the Silverlight. Click back on here and click on install now. Run. Install now. It's gonna take a few moments. Next. And close. Now we can refresh the screen here. This error message says that I don't have access to the management console. That's because I already added the administrator to the group, but I did not log off and log on to this server after I added the user to the group. So I'm just going to sign out. Sign out anyway. And log on back in again. Okay. Let's go to the IE and localhost. Just go to the console here. Now we don't see the error message. There are no packages here, so we need to add them. I have a drive here which I will put my packages. I will create a content directory and share it. Share this folder, permissions, everyone. Okay, security. AppV-admins, modify, and AppV-users only read and execute. Okay, click on OK and close. Now we can put some sequenced apps. Let's just take Firefox, Foxit, and Skype, and go back to the content directory and paste it here. Now we go back to the packages, add and upgrade to packages, click on browse, type in the share name, appv-srv01, content, select the .appv package here, add, we can add more, Firefox, a Foxit reader, add, and more, one more here, Skype, open, add, and everything is added here. Now we need to give access to the users or the admins to the sequenced applications or virtualized applications. Admins at appvid.local, check, grant access, close. You can just type in A, grant access, close, A, grant access, and close. And then we can publish the package. And now we're set for the AppV server. Now we will just go back to the client, and we need to configure the AppV client to connect to the AppV server. We go to the PowerShell. Now we need to import module AppV client. Okay, we need to set the execution policy. Remote only. What was it? Remote signed. Sure. Yes, then we can import the AppV client, add the AppV publishing server, type in the name AppV SRV01, the URL, which is the publishing location, appv srv01.appvid.local, and the port is 80. Numlock. Add publishing server name appv srv01 URL http what's going on here, appv srv01 appvid.local, and the port 81, and then we have the setup here. Then we can synchronize appv publishing server, the server ID, which is this one here, and check if something happens. We may need to log off and log back on again. Sign out. Check the appv client here if it's working. Check for updates. Okay, go back to PowerShell. Import module appv client, sync appv server. Let's see what happens. There's no applications here. Okay, I need to debug this and see what is wrong here. I'll get back to you in a few moments. Okay, so what happening here? The client did not have any DNS connectivity, but it has now. So let's check again. Let's see. We may need to log off and log on again. Start the client. Nothing. Telnet appv srv01. Okay, we have connectivity. But why isn't it working? Maybe it's because of this. I'm just going to restart the appv server and see what happens now. So I figured it out on the API server also. It was a human mistake. As for with the client, nothing to do with the API. Just the DNS didn't work quite as I would have expected to do. But it's fixed now, so check the client, check if something is okay. We have 3 packages here: Foxit Reader, Skype, and Firefox. Now I think it's all working quite nice. Well, this is the end of beta 2, probably the final installation guide for the beta 2. I will go through how to install or set up Office 2013 through AppV. I will keep you posted soon about that, but it's all working here quite nice. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.